Talking about today on Daily Blast Live. The CDC says students can be back in school now despite the pandemic. Some teachers are saying no way. DBL Nation, do you think it's time for kids to return? This viral video of a groom throwing an entire cake at his bride is sparking debate. Was this all in good fun, or did he go way too far? Paris Hilton started the IVF process to ensure she has boy and girl twins. Are you okay with people picking the gender of their kids? And Leah Remini talks to DBL about standing up against Scientology. Plus, the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got lashes on.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, January 27th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori, hello, hello. Tori joining us from home. Okay, so let's get right to it because here we are. Nearly a year, can you believe it, into the pandemic, and the CDC is out with a new controversial report. So it looked at school districts in North Carolina and in Wisconsin, and they found schools that followed safety protocols did not contribute to the spread of the virus in any significant way. Now, this is tricky because on the other side, school districts in major cities like New York and Chicago are having serious trouble reopening after teachers have resisted going back because of safety concerns. I also should say too, Jeff, you know, you look at these studies, and how do you know if the reports are factual, if the people are asymptomatic or they're not reporting the testing accurately? There's so many other caveats and variables. I'm afraid to believe any of this. And I hate saying that considering it's coming from the CDC, but let's just pause for a second and maybe talk to some other experts.
Well, I'll get on the CDC thing too about being skeptical, but first I think we have to break it down in category, right? Are we talking about pre-K? I have a 2- and 4-year-old. Are we talking about junior high? Are we talking about high school? Are we talking about college? We have to break those down, right? Are we talking about inner cities? Are we talking about suburban schools? Those are also into the factor, right? When you talk about the CDC, think about what our former judicial system, our former president, I didn't want to go there, but I couldn't think of the other word. Our former administration, that's what I was looking for. Our former administration said, listen, we need to get back in school, right? And everyone's like, no, because our former administration said that. Now the CDC is saying that, and everyone's like, well, now we need to get back in school. So it's where you come from, where the skepticism comes from as well, right?
Erica, how do you feel about this?
Erica, you like how I dance around that one?
Yeah, I'm like, there was a lot of tap dancing going on. Like, yeah, so I think that you're right in the respect that there's so much information out there, but we have to be very specific about this. We're talking about a certain region and a certain school district. I know my mother has been in education for like 40 plus years. She's still working in education in a lot of respects where she was going into the schools. She's not going back into the schools now because it is unsafe for her to do so. We have to consider also when you're sending your children to school, do you have multi-generational homes where you might have an elderly person in the home? And now this child who may be asymptomatic from another child who was asymptomatic is bringing the coronavirus back into your home. So
Amen.
There are all of these things we have not addressed.
Amen. And Tori, that's life or death, what Erica just said. What Erica just said, that can be life or death in every household. And believe me, I am not dismissing or diminishing the fact that so many teenagers, children out there are going through their own personal hell, right? Being separated from their friends, being in situations where maybe they don't have the best family unit, or maybe they do have the best family unit and it's still impacting their mental health. So I understand that. But I also know coming from someone that's dealing with family members with COVID right now and one family member in the ICU, I also know that this is life or death.
And I totally understand that too, Sam. You know what's so interesting, though? I'm with you. I'm like, what about the teachers? What about the administrators? What about the sanitation workers? All of those people, it's life and death. But I have an example for you. The 5th largest school district in Nevada, the Clark County, has 326,000 students enrolled, right? And they have been remote since March 2020. Since those 9 months, 19 students have committed suicide. And it's incredible because now they're trying to figure out a way to stagger the students, because that's also life or death, right? The lack of social abilities to be with other people, to voice, to have friendships. So I'm just letting everyone know I'm confused too on where to stand, but I know it's life or death in both situations.
Well, great point, Tori. In fact, all of our viewers are commenting in faster than I can keep up with. We have Veronica on Twitter saying, I'm so ready for schools to reopen. I'm no teacher, and at-home learning has been a nightmare in my house. Ramin says, this report from the CDC is a rural setting with small classes. It does not translate to large urban school districts. And finally, Michelle says, my concern is that children don't get tested unless symptomatic, making it hard to assess asymptomatic transmission in school. Well put. I think we're all on the same page, but I feel like we have no further clarity. Right. So we need to figure this out, please.
Tori's not on the same page because she turned it while you were reading. Did you hear that?
I did.
Camera? Was that on camera?
No, but it's very
studious. Very studious, Tori. Speaking of the pandemic, a number of prominent women, including stars like Amy Schumer and Eva Longoria, are urging the Biden administration to pay moms, I would hope all caregivers, not just moms, but to pay moms a $2,400 stipend. They call it a Marshall Plan for moms who are some of the most hard-hit people in the pandemic. Many have had to quit their jobs or scale back to take care of kids and loved ones who are stuck at home. The plan also calls for a parental leave policy, affordable child care, and pay equity. Amen. If we, Erica, are going to ask these caretakers to stay home, of course, they're hopefully also working. I mean, how else, unless you come from a very affluent situation, and that's like the 1%.
Right.
How are they supposed to manage taking care of their children, taking care of themselves, doing at-home learning, and going to work? They need help.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you mentioned caregivers, because I think what this is an initial statement. This is an opening up of a negotiation. So you're asking for every single thing that you could possibly want. Saying moms brings up the fact that women historically have been the caregivers, have been the ones who have been in the homes. However, now we have women who are not only the caregivers and in the homes, they also might have to be the only parent. They also might have to be the only provider. So in cases like that, that's why it is important to talk about caregivers. As someone who volunteers in the child welfare system, it's not necessarily always the mother or even the father. It could be a kinship placement. So that stipend is important, and I think that this is a great way to open up the conversation.
And Jeff, other countries, amen, Erica, other countries do this.
Yeah.
Other countries have this on lock, and they're making sure that they take care of their parents.
Yeah, and I mean, you made a great point. Erica makes great points, and I'll take it one further, not just financially, but mentally, right? The children, Tori even mentioned that they're going through something, right? There's going to be repercussions for this staying at home for 1 year, not socializing, right? Same with the people who take care of their children, whether it be moms, dads, whoever it may be, grandparents. I could only speak for my wife, right? And I'm just going to put her into this story. When I get home, she's at her end, right? She's like, listen, I just need to go get a coffee. I need to drive. Listen, take some time out. Go get realigned, take a class, do what you have to do. We work on that in our house, but it's something that we don't talk about. We think we throw money in the situation and it gets better. That's not the case with this.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I guess it does a little bit.
No, but you're right. You're absolutely right. There's a reason why more people are turning to self-medication and alcohol.
Yep.
I have, and I'm not someone that typically drinks, but here I am every night having a glass of wine. That's not in me. And I'm being transparent with our viewers. It's tough, and I only come here for a couple hours, so I'm different than Jordan and most people at home. But I want our viewers to know that it affects everybody. Yeah. So it's hard. It's damn hard trying to balance it all. My thoughts are with everybody out there that are doing it. Really, gosh, I hope that we can get some help from the government for you. So we have some viral video of a wedding reception moment that some say got a little too aggressive. Check this out. The bride smashes some cake into the groom's face. Okay, many people do that. Uh-oh, he reacts by throwing the entire 3-tiered wedding cake at her. What? Here it is again from another angle. It looks like he throws it pretty hard too, Tori. In slow motion, you can see the cake hits the bride's face. Some online are saying the groom went way too far and that she should run from that relationship. Tori, but others are saying that this was all in good fun, and it is important to note that the bride posted the video and was okay with it. Does that change your point of view,
No, that's
Tori?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, okay, so Erica has an opinion. Tori, chime in, and then Erica chime in.
All right, I just think the weirdest part for me was not only did he assault her for me, he ran away without checking to see. If you notice, if you play the video, he assaults her with the cake and then runs away laughing. I say run. This guy, it's a no for me. It's a strong no for me. Look at this. He gives her to her, and then he just runs away. Look,
What
bye.
if they planned it, though, Erica? I'm going to defend him here. What if they planned it?
He took the tears and everything. He took the actual plastic tears and put that in her face as well. That is assault. Okay, it's sugar assault. I'm just saying, he took a whole sheet cake and brought it to a cupcake fight. She did a little something, and then he did everything to her. That is not.
Jeff, I think it was planned for a viral moment. She immediately posted it. Here it is. It's gone viral. I think it worked.
Well, she did post it, but I mean, there was red flags from the start with that man bun. I mean, you know.
Yes.
Especially on your wedding day. I mean, come on.
I'm kidding. Yeah, my wife would not like this.
Oh, we discussed it, my husband and I. said, don't you dare.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting my makeup done. If you see one little piece of frosting on my face, Yeah, Erica, we're on the same boat on that one. Tori, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, the young poet who stole the show at the inauguration is still knocking everyone's socks off. We've got new details about Amanda Gorman's rise to fame, and from comedy to taking on Scientology, and even making us laugh in a new game show. Leah Remini does it all. She's talking to Tori later and chatting with the stars. And would you ever consider chatting on the computer with a dead relative? Can you imagine the technology that just is too creepy to come to life? That's coming up next. back to DBL. So this is a story straight out of the Twilight Zone or Black Mirror. Microsoft has created a technology that would allow you to chat with a deceased relative. Basically, they would create a chat program that was based on a relative's social media posts, their pictures, recordings, letters. The chat program would converse and interact in the personality of that specific person. It would allow you to interact with a dead relative so you could get advice from your deceased grandmother, and it would sound and act just like her. But even Microsoft has decided to scrap the idea because it was too disturbing for them after they had rolled it out and I guess looked at it for themselves. But what do you think? Considering that we have the technology here, would you want to do this, Erica?
Oh, I don't need this. I talk to my grandmother all the time. She's been gone for 18 years.
Big Mama?
Yeah, I talk to Big Mama. I talk to Granddaddy. Hey, y'all. But the thing is, this is just really alarming, though, because basically they're telling us that we physically do not need to be here. They can continue on without us, and it's all like sci-fi. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, we did these stories about the holograms. Go for it, Tori. Yeah.
Get in there, girl.
No, I was just saying that for me, if some people need a goodbye that they never had, this can be a life-changing closure for someone. Do I agree that it's going to get out of control? Yes, but I think we're already headed in that direction, and it's going to happen. We sound like old people when it comes to 50 years from now.
I think.
Well, call me old.
I think psychologically there's some sort of grieving process that you have to go through that, you know, it might help you for the time being, but not in the long term, right?
I think, yeah, I'm in between you and Tori here because I think I would want, God forbid, if something happened to a loved one of mine or one of my children, I would want to connect with them one last time. But knowing it's superficial and not real, my fear, to Jeff's point, being in such a vulnerable state, I would cling to that and then never go through my grieving process, and then you're just stuck.
Yeah, I think there's something seriously
And
like
you're addicted.
Psychologically.
Right.
I was going to bring up an ironic, stupid point. Go for it.
Well, no, but you bring up a very timely point, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. People are dealing with this in a different way right now. There is no closure for a lot of people. They haven't been able to say goodbye to their loved one when they passed away in the hospital. They weren't able to congregate and actually celebrate the life of their loved one. There is a lot of emptiness that people are feeling right now because someone who was here last year is not here. So I'm not going to just poo-poo these ideas because there is an idea that like there was never any closure to even know that they're gone. So
I know.
That's a different reality.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. We're in different times with this pandemic. We'll be right back with Leah Remini.
This was when...
Welcome back to DBL. Leah Remini is one celebrity you cannot put into a box. She shot to stardom as an actress, but has spent her recent years speaking out against Scientology as a former member. Now she's ready to make people laugh, hosting a brand new game show. She spoke with Tori about her ever-changing career in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome, Leah Remini. I was a stand-up in around 2015, and you came to me after, and you took the time to look at me and say, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be good. You're gonna make it. So I've never gotten to say thank you. So I wanted to take this time to say thank you, because you made me stick with it. Ooh.
Oh my God. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for saying that. Like, that makes me get teary-eyed.
You were obviously super famous on King of Queens, but then you moved into activism. And I just wanted to know from your point of view, what's the difference between being an actress and being an activist, and the difference between being famous for both?
There's not a whole lot of repercussions that come with acting, but activism is very different because there's not a whole lot of organizations that come after you the way Scientology comes after you. $3 billion organization, a business for profit. There is a big difference between being somebody who's out there speaking or exposing truth. They don't always get attacked by an organization calling itself a church with tax exemption. All of these people who are speaking out against Scientology have repercussions every day to what they do by Scientology, and that is not why churches have tax exemptions. They have tax exemptions because they are benefiting the public in some way. They use their millions and millions of dollars, $3 billion to be exact, to harass and stalk, to silence people, and to discredit them. That's what they do with their tax exemption.
I know you don't want to consider yourself brave, but you are, and you're saving lives by doing it. I know you don't want to say that about yourself, but it's an enormous, brave step that you've done, because Scientology is not an easy monster to conquer. So bravo on that.
I don't know if anybody told you they loved you today, but I love you. Thank you so much. All right, now down to business.
Let me get to your game show. How was hosting for you?
Well, for me, the people puzzler, when this came along, to be able to connect with people who just want to be there to have fun. Like, everybody who comes to the show, they leave and I'm like, I feel bad, I want to give you something. And they're like, are you kidding me? I had the best time today. I laughed today for the first. So for me, and the same for me, it was like, it fills me up. I hope that I continue to do the show because I just love it. I have no complaints other than, I have to change a lot, and changing things is not so easy. They should give me an award for that. But so far I'm having an amazing time, and that's no BS, by the way.
Everybody, get ready to laugh and take a break from your time. It is at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Game Show Network every weekday. We so appreciate Leah Remini, and also from me to you, what a full circle moment. It's really been an honor being able to chat with you again. Thanks again.
And I'm so glad that you believe in yourself, and you still continue to believe in yourself. I'm sure you have your ups and downs, like all of us.
I'm gonna go cry. Thank you so much, Leah. Thank you. Thanks again, Leah.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got lashes on.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
DBL, okay, we love sharing your comments. We've got a bunch of them in regard to schools and teachers. So Debbie says, all I have to say is there are teachers and paraprofessionals losing their lives here in Cobb County, Georgia. You cannot teach from the grave. Fair point. Tragic. It really is the state that we're in this country. Angela says, my daughter has been back at school. Debbie says, our kids in Tennessee have been back in school since August. I have a 6-year-old grandson, and I have an 8th and 9th grader teacher in the family. They wear masks. Cake says, maybe, this is in regard to the cake. Billy says, maybe the groom was pissed. I don't know if I can say that on air, but I'm reading it because she smashed the cake in his face. Maybe he told her not to, and she did it anyhow, and that was his way to get her back. I would have been PO'd too. Okay. If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV. It's your chance to be part of the DBL Nation. Here's what's coming up. Amanda Gorman, the young poet who captivated the country, is getting a huge new gig. We're going to tell you all about it. And in True Crime Chronicles, a teen disappeared almost 20 years ago. Could new clues point cops in the right direction? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori joins us from home. Okay, so Paris Hilton is opening up about wanting to start a family. Speaking on the Trend Reporter with Mara podcast, Paris says she and her boyfriend have started the IVF process. She said her friend Kim Kardashian told her about it and even referred her to her doctor. Paris says she wants twins and that was told that IVF was the only way to ensure that would happen. Listen.
I think it's just something that most women should do just to have, and then you can pick if you want boys or girls, just because I really want to have twins that are a boy and a girl. So the only way to 100% get that is by, making it happen that way.
All right, Erica, you're shaking your head. What do you make of this?
Yeah, well, I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 in a couple weeks, and I don't have children, and it's something that we want. IVF is definitely on the table at 39. Everything is on the table. I am reluctant to talk about gender and picking gender because, as we know, that's a very antiquated dynamic. So you could have technically a boy and a girl, but your daughter could also come to you and be like, actually, Mom, I'm a boy. So I don't think that, for me, I'm not going to ever slam anybody for wanting what they want. It's her body and it's her decision. But I think ultimately gender to me is like very low on that list.
Good point, Jeff.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would take it just to the I don't want to knock anybody with IVF, by the way, which I didn't know how common it was, right?
Yes.
As I get older, all my friends are like, we're doing IVF. I'm like, wow, just get drunk. I'm just kidding.
No,
I used that joke before.
Work.
Thank you, Tori. Here's my thing. I don't like playing God in the sense of picking the eye color, picking the gender. Me personally, I'm not against if you guys want to do that or have twins. I like to let things happen naturally. I believe God will give us what we can handle and what we deserve, right?
Well, she also comes from a very privileged situation. Many people that I know that have had to undergo IVF, it's because they weren't able to conceive naturally. And those individuals that I know very personally that have undergone IVF, they had to take out a second mortgage or they had to completely clear out their savings account.
Yes.
And thank God that they were even in a position to do that. So there are people out there that don't even have the option to take out a second mortgage if they really want to have twins because they can't conceive naturally. So I do think that this shows her privilege, Tori, but I also say, hey, if this is what she wants, more power to her. Go for it.
No, real quick, it's just, it's very ethically questionable, right? Like, it's very bioethically, it's a question that we're all thinking about. However, I am a carrier of a disease from my mom that's genetic, and I needed to make sure that Brooks wasn't also a carrier, because if we did have a kid, then they would be a 25% chance of having Gaucher's disease, which is a Jewish Ashkenazi disease. And that is also kind of bioethically kind of questionable, right? It's kind of the same thing. So I just think this is an area which we're going to get a lot more legislation, but understand that there's more than boy and girl. You can also make sure they don't have certain diseases, but that's also kind of a philosophical question. I just wanted to bring that up.
Very interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Tori. Okay, so we are getting our first look at Kristen Stewart as the late Princess Diana. Check out this photo from the upcoming movie. Wow. The movie's called Spencer. It is currently filming in Germany and is expected to be released next year. Here's a look at the late princess next to Kristen. Okay, Erica, hold on, girl. What do you think? Can she pull off playing such an icon? Kristen wasn't an obvious choice to play Diana, with many people on social media wondering if she was the best fit. Erica Cobb, go for it.
I think the producers bamboozled us. They put up that photo, and we were all thinking that was Princess Di, and that was actually Kristen. Yeah. I cannot believe it. Like, she look. I don't know about her acting skills, but they definitely nailed the look.
For sure.
She said in an interview she's just worried about the accent, but I thought she was going to look awful. She looks amazing. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, she looks amazing, Tori, and I think that. Am I the only one here that is a huge Kristen Stewart fan? I love her in Twilight. Don't get on me. I think she's a really good actress. I think she's going to nail this.
But here's what she said. She's going to take her own spin on the accent and do her.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said in an interview in so many words,
Not
right?
when
in a
you play someone.
Well, there you go. To your point. Yeah.
She's going to have her own spin on someone that actually you can listen to their voice and you can mimic their voice and their accent.
So when I heard this is what I think, right? I'm already deflecting, right? Saying like, I'm going to do my own accent because I don't know if I could do it good enough. That's just Jeff talking to Jeff. Like, so I'm just going to put an artistic spin on this and show people that's what I'm doing. But inside I'm like, man, I'm so insecure. I'm not going to do this right. And I'm scared of it. That's what I see when I hear that.
Although she's such a thespian. She is someone.
Don't bring out big words. Just answer my question. You can't just be like, that's so aerodynamic. Just answer the question.
No, I'm disagreeing with you because I think Kristen Stewart really does take her craft seriously, and I think that she probably wants to put her own stamp on it, but when it comes to playing this iconic figure, you can't.
Yeah, I'm going to be Abe Lincoln. I'm not going to wear a beard. What are you talking about? You can't put your own spin on it.
Totally agree with you on this one, Jeff.
What is it, you and Abe Lincoln? You have brought up Abe Lincoln 3 times today.
You know what it is?
In three different respects.
I don't know where those big hats went. I think they should come back.
Top hats.
No, the big ones, though.
The
stove. Those things need to come back. And listen, I need to get a vest with one of those watches.
Oh, those are so cute.
Okay, they're the best.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're the best.
Oh, yeah, my husband
Why
wore
aren't
one
those
for
back
his
in
wedding.
style right now? That's what I worry about every day.
What year did you wake up in, Jeff?
Not this one. I put it behind me.
Really.
Or in front of you.
Please start rocking that watch. That's cute. That's super cute.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, good. Amanda Gorman's star keeps getting brighter and brighter. It was announced today that the poet will be taking part in the Super Bowl pregame show next Sunday. It was just last week that the 22-year-old impressed everyone from Oprah to former President Obama with her inaugural poem. Earlier this week, Amanda also signed with IMG Models. The deal will expand her personal brand through endorsements and editorial opportunities. And her books, which haven't even been released, are #1 and 2 on Amazon's bestseller list. Erica, what do you think of her her sudden success? I mean, is it really that sudden considering?
No.
Thank you. Speak to it.
She is a Harvard grad. She has authored multiple books. She obviously was one of the youngest recipients in order to even be at the inauguration to speak. I mean, let's just think of the people who have done this in the past. Maya Angelou ring a bell. When I was watching this, I felt like I'm always going to remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when I saw Amanda Gorman, because there are so few moments in history where you are actually there to see someone's star physically rise in the moment. Oof. And that's how I felt when I was watching her. And the idea that poetry and the spoken word has been put in the forefront by this beautiful woman. It's just, I mean, it was just all the magic. It was all the magic, and I am so proud of her.
Yeah, I want to hear Tori's point of view, but really, I agree with you, Erica. And you might just watch TV and think people are blowing smoke. When that happened, I was like, wow. This woman, I say girl, she's 22, I'm so old. I'm like, this girl has talent. She did that flawlessly in front of all those people and didn't stumble one word. I can't even talk one sentence. That was amazing. And in the moment, I was like, this girl, I didn't even know the backstory. Her backstory's amazing. But that moment, really, it's one of those things when you're like, I could see this star rising.
Yeah. And the reason why I think her star is taking off is because she's put in the work, Tori. Because what is that saying? Yes. You know, if something about opportunity knocks, be ready.
Yeah,
that's
luck
good,
is when
Sam.
opportunity meets preparation.
Okay,
preparation.
So, yes. Okay.
Yes.
When there's a window open, break it.
Tori, quickly.
Very quickly, I'll just say, I love that she wore yellow, that bright yellow, because she really was like a light and like a ray of sunshine. The second thing I'll say is Dr. Jill Biden found her and pushed for her to be that. I love that an educator found her when she spoke at the Library of Congress. I think that's a really cool backstory. And 3, she said specifically, Erica, that she used words because she felt the past 4 years have really violated words, and words are important and they matter, and she feels they've been stepped on. So that was actually quite important to her to use words like that. And before 2 years ago, she couldn't even say an R, one R, just like our current president. Major speech impediment, just a beautiful story, and that yellow will be in our minds forever.
Well, to add to that, Tori, also that poem was not complete 2 weeks before when what was happening, the insurrection. Wow. So the whole second half of that poem was about what some of us, a lot of us, most of us were thinking and feeling that day 2 weeks before. Yeah. So
just wait till we see what she accomplishes, too. We think she's already
She wants to run for president. Ooh. She wants to run for president in 2036, and she says she's serious.
Not just serious, she is serious.
And,
3 syllables.
And nobody remembered yellow. I didn't remember what she was wearing.
Oh, I remember.
No, everyone does.
No.
Yes.
I remembered.
Listen to her speech. I wasn't like, did you see that pin? What do you call a nice pin?
No, Jeff, it was a visual
Did you see the
moment.
cage bird ring from Oprah?
Yes. Yeah, from Oprah.
See how men and women's minds are different? I just appreciate the talent. You guys are like, did you see her nails?
All right.
Wow, that was sexist, huh?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Tori.
yes.
Tori, we will see you a little bit later in the show. Coming up on DBL, a teenage girl's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be after all this time? New clues in True Crime Chronicles.
Closed captioning provided by
that coronavirus testing is required for any traveler returning to the U.S. from abroad. Will vaccines be far behind? Let's connect the dots. Until coronavirus vaccines become readily available, testing will be a necessary part of travel, at least when it comes to traveling abroad. But what about when vaccines are available? Experts say it will be unlikely a coronavirus shot will be required for domestic travel. Most airlines in the U.S. have not required tests before boarding, so experts think it is unlikely they will require vaccines. But if you are traveling internationally, it might be a different story. Qantas Airlines, an Australian carrier, has already announced it will require passengers to get a coronavirus vaccine. Korean Air says it is thinking about it as well. Some countries already require specific vaccinations before you can enter. For example, a lot of places in Africa and South America require proof you have been vaccinated against yellow fever. So how will you provide proof you have been vaccinated? When you are vaccinated for yellow fever, you are given a so-called yellow card you can present for entry. Experts predict something similar can be done for coronavirus, but the much more likely solution will be an app that stores proof of your vaccination. A few are already being tested, with one called Common Pass seen as the most promising.
when she vanished in broad daylight. This month marks 19 years and still no sign of the Texas teen. What really happened that day? Here's an update in True Crime Chronicles.
Rachel Cook was born and raised in Georgetown, Texas. There were two things the 19-year-old cared most about: her family and running. She was an accomplished cross-country runner.
She was just a light that shone so brightly.
After graduating high school, Rachel moved to San Diego for college. It was January 2002. Rachel was back home in Texas visiting her family over winter break. It was a normal morning. Her family went to work, and Rachel left to go on a 6-mile run in the neighborhood. She never made it back home that day.
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
Rachel vanished in broad daylight. Several people reported seeing her running that day.
We still get tips weekly on the Cook case. I'm the case agent, and I have 6 dedicated reserves that do nothing but Rachel Cook every single day.
Thousands of tips came in, but no evidence or big leads. Rachel's family even formed their own search groups.
I can't believe everybody, that many people showed up.
17 years passed, and finally, something. Police found a car in Dallas connected to several persons of interest, but it wasn't enough to crack the case. And then, in 2020,
new tips and now new sketches showing 2 persons of interest in the Rachel Cook case.
Police named these 2 men as prime suspects. They were both spotted in the area where Rachel was last seen, just 100 yards from her family home. A big break in the case, but investigators are still stuck.
We are now visiting this tree almost as long as she's been alive. So put that in perspective, it's unfathomable, you know? It really is.
Rachel would have been 38 years old today.
She was good. She was good people. Very loving, very caring. And for somebody to take that from this community, it's not right. It's not right. And at this point, I just want closure.
Earlier, Al and I spoke with a reporter who shared new updates in this case. Take a look. We are joined by senior reporter Tony Plohetsky from KVUE in Austin, Texas. Tony, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Police just announced they are pursuing a new person of interest. Who is this suspect and how did he just now come to light?
On the anniversary of Rachel Cook's disappearance, authorities did release new information about someone else they are now trying to track down. They did not release a name. I think it is clear they don't have a name at this point, but they did release a brief description about the person. And essentially what they said is that they believe that he was an acquaintance of Rachel Cook. They believe that he traveled to cities throughout the state, possibly involved in the horsing or cattle industry here in the state, which of course is a major industry. And at the same time, according to what authorities did release, they do believe that he may have had intricate knowledge of Rachel Cook's disappearance and of the crime itself, and may have shared that information with other people in this region.
There are a lot of theories out there that it could have been Rachel's father or boyfriend at the time involved. Is there any truth to those claims?
Not really is the short answer to that. A lot of these, in a lot of cases, in a lot of instances like this, of course, we all know that different theories can emerge over the years, send investigators in one direction or another. There have been, not unlike a lot of other cases that remain unsolved like this, a lot of conspiracy theories that seem to emerge over time. But so far, nothing really has stuck, and certainly nothing that has led to an arrest or indictment or charges or conviction of anyone in this case.
And Tony, I can't imagine what her family is going through. And we all want closure for them. It's been almost 2 decades. How is her family handling everything? And what do they make of the new leads?
Her mother does remain a very outspoken advocate for her daughter, using the anniversary of her death, her birthday, to try to continue to bring public awareness to this case, again, hoping that it could trigger some sort of new information. But the last time I talked to her, what she also told me is just how difficult it has been through the years to ride a roller coaster of emotion, trying to remain hopeful, becoming hopeful with these new facts that seem to come out, and yet not getting too hopeful because over the years she's had that hope and then seen it really wither away when these new possible leads did not really go anywhere.
A parent's worst nightmare, absolutely. And I just thank you, Tony, for bringing this story to light, because if we can help solve it, the viewers, everybody, please, to learn more about this case, visit kvue.com. Tony, we appreciate you as always.
Tony.
Great to see you. We'll be right back.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel better can be a challenge.
Welcome back to DBL. There's been a lot of new trends catching on during the pandemic. And did you know that straightening your teeth is one of them? So we're going to chat about it. Oh, yeah, listen to that music. Okay, on DBL's Smile Bright, presented by Smile Direct Club. So several dental offices have reported an increase in adults wanting to work on their teeth, whether it's straightening or whitening, maybe all of the long Zoom calls, virtual meetings, maybe those are to blame. According to the American Dental Association, 7 in 10 Americans are self-conscious about their teeth, and 50% try to smile with their mouth closed. When it comes to your teeth, Smile Direct Club offers affordable and convenient dental care, from aligners to teeth whitening and more. So go ahead and visit SmileDirectClub.com to learn more. Erica, what do you think about this?
I understand that people want to do things to their teeth. I am 20 years into doing things to my teeth because I was told that I would never be able to eat steak past 21, but
what do you mean?
Few investments. I just have naturally not strong teeth.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I have like a cavity and root canal in every tooth. I'm over it.
Yeah, all of my teeth up here are fake.
Yep. I'm right.
So,
I don't have fake teeth yet, but I will eventually have to, considering that my teeth are not good either.
Yeah.
You have a story about your teeth.
No, go to Tori. She's been making sounds the whole time.
Okay, Tori, tell us.
We're waiting on you, Tori.
Good one, Tori.
I'm so sorry, but I'm fascinated by weak teeth and the fake teeth.
Well, I have a 3-crown, I have a bridge, like 4-crown bridge, so that I can chew steak. I'm just saying.
Tori, you lost your moment.
I know. Boo.
You were like, oh, yeah.
And then we give you the floor.
I hate.
And she freezes.
You froze.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh my God.
And now I eat steak.
Right back.
I hate working from home.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
It's important to get the facts right on COVID-19 and vaccines, and that's why we verify and do it with transparency. So what are we verifying? Well, claims that a new bill was passed that lets kids in the US get vaccinated without their parents' consent. So why are we verifying this? Well, multiple articles have made this claim and have been circulating for months now, and the claims are still being shared on social media. Many posts say that this bill is trying to remove parents' rights to make medical decisions for their kids. Our main source to find out if this is true is the Council of the District of Columbia. That's DC's local legislative body. So these claims take a nugget of truth and then build a bunch of false information around it to make a larger false claim. Let's start with what is true. In December, DC council members passed this bill into local ordinance. Basically, it permits a minor to consent to receive a vaccine even if they don't have parental consent, but with specific parameters. But that's not what these claims say. They claim a new bill was passed that lets kids in the entire US get vaccinated without their parents' consent, and that's false. This bill only affects some children in the Washington, D.C. area. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Tomorrow, live on DBL, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp. From reality TV drama to health and fitness tips we could all use in the new year. She's sharing what she knows. That's tomorrow, right here on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so I'm supposed to check my personal email. Sorry, Arash, our producer, but I do not get service. So let me see.
Just be quiet for a while.
Okay. Can we just exhale? Can we just all take a group kumbaya exhale?
Yeah,
Can we do that,
absolutely.
please?
Absolutely. I meditated this morning just for that reason.
Yeah.
Man,
Thank you, Tori.
It's good TV.
How long do we have to go 20
just
seconds?
just
I did
embrace
coloring.
it.
Look, Sam, I did a dachshund.
A dachshund. I love me. So what is that, coloring, or is that you doing crochet?
Yeah, I'm coloring.
We're the only 4 people watching this.
It's coloring, and it's different, just different dachshunds.
DBL, see you every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
About today on Daily Blast Live. The CDC says students can be back in school now despite the pandemic. Some teachers are saying no way. DBL Nation, do you think it's time for kids to return? This viral video of a groom throwing an entire cake at his bride is sparking debate. Was this all in good fun, or did he go way too far? Paris Hilton started the IVF process to ensure she has boy and girl twins. Are you okay with people picking the gender of their kids? And Leah Remini talks to DBL about standing up against Scientology. Plus, the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got a lack of on.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, January 27th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori, hello, hello. Tori joining us from home. Okay, so let's get right to it because here we are. Nearly a year, can you believe it, into the pandemic, and the CDC is out with a new controversial report. So it looked at school districts in North Carolina and in Wisconsin, and they found schools that followed safety protocols did not contribute to the spread of the virus in any significant way. Now, this is tricky because on the other side, school districts in major cities like New York and Chicago are having serious trouble reopening after teachers have resisted going back because of safety concerns. I also should say too, Jeff, you know, you look at these studies, and how do you know if the reports are factual, if the people are asymptomatic or they're not reporting the testing accurately? There's so many other caveats and variables. I'm afraid to believe any of this. And I hate saying that considering it's coming from the CDC, but let's just pause for a second and maybe talk to some other experts.
Well, I'll get on the CDC thing too about being skeptical, but first I think we have to break it down in category, right? Are we talking about pre-K? I have a 2- and 4-year-old. Are we talking about junior high? Are we talking about high school? Are we talking about college? We have to break those down, right? Are we talking about inner cities? Are we talking about suburban schools? Those are also into the factor, right? When you talk about the CDC, think about what our former judicial system, our former president, I didn't want to go there, but I couldn't think of the other word. Our former administration, that's what I was looking for. Our former administration said, listen, we need to get back in school, right? And everyone's like, no, because our former administration said that. Now the CDC is saying that, and everyone's like, well, now we need to get back in school. So it's where you come from, where the skepticism comes from as well, right?
Erica, how do you feel about this?
Erica, you like how I dance around that
Yeah, I'm like, there was a lot of tap dancing going on. Like, yeah, so I think that you're right in the respect that there's so much information out there, but we have to be very specific about this. We're talking about a certain region and a certain school district. I know my mother has been in education for like 40 plus years. She's still working in education in a lot of respects where she was going into the schools. She's not going back into the schools now because it is unsafe for her to do so. We have to consider also when you're sending your children to school, do you have multi-generational homes where you might have an elderly person in the home? And now this child who may be asymptomatic from another child who was asymptomatic is bringing the coronavirus back into your home. So there are all of these things we have not addressed.
Amen. And Tori, that's life or death, what Erica just said. What Erica just said, that can be life or death in every household. And believe me, I am not dismissing or diminishing the fact that so many teenagers, children out there are going through their own personal hell, right? Being separated from their friends, being in situations where maybe they don't have the best family unit, or maybe they do have the best family unit and it's still impacting their mental health. So I understand that. But I also know, coming from someone that's dealing with family members with COVID right now and one family member in the ICU, I also know that this is life or death.
And I totally understand that too, Sam. You know what's so interesting, though? I'm with you. I'm like, what about the teachers? What about the administrators? What about the sanitation workers? All of those people, it's life and death. But I have an example for you. The 5th largest school district in Nevada, the Clark County, has 326,000 students enrolled, right? And they have been remote since March 2020. Since those 9 months, 19 students have committed suicide. And it's incredible because now they're trying to figure out a way to stagger the students because that's also life or death, right? The lack of social abilities to be with other people, to voice, to have friendships. So I'm just letting everyone know I'm confused too on where to stand, but I know it's life or death in both situations.
Well, great point, Tori. In fact, all of our viewers are commenting in faster than I can keep up with. We have Veronica on Twitter saying, I'm so ready for schools to reopen. I'm no teacher, and at-home learning has been a nightmare in my house. Ramin says, this report from the CDC is a rural setting with small classes. It does not translate to large urban school districts. And finally, Michelle says, my concern is that children don't get tested unless symptomatic, making it hard to assess asymptomatic transmission in school. Well put. I think we're all on the same page, but I feel like we have no further clarity. Right. So we need to figure this out, please.
Tori's not on the same page because she turned it while you were reading. Did you hear that?
I did.
Camera? Was that on camera?
No, but it was very loud.
Very studious, Tori. Speaking of the pandemic, a number of prominent women, including stars like Amy Schumer and Eva Longoria, are urging the Biden administration to pay moms, I would hope all caregivers, not just moms, but to pay moms a $2,400 stipend. They call it a Marshall Plan for moms who are some of the most hard-hit people in the pandemic. Many have had to quit their jobs or scale back to take care of kids and loved ones who are stuck at home. The plan also calls for a parental leave policy, affordable child care, and pay equity. Amen. If we, Erica, are going to ask these caretakers to stay home, of course, they're hopefully also working. I mean, how else, unless you come from a very affluent situation, and that's like the 1%.
Right.
How are they supposed to manage taking care of their children, taking care of themselves, doing at-home learning, and going to work? They need help.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you mentioned caregivers, because I think what this is an initial statement. This is an opening up of a negotiation. So you're asking for every single thing that you could possibly want. Saying moms brings up the fact that women historically have been the caregivers, have been the ones who have been in the homes. However, now we have women who are not only the caregivers and in the homes, they also might have to be the only parent. They also might have to be the only provider. So in cases like that, that's why it is important to talk about caregivers. As someone who volunteers in the child welfare system, it's not necessarily always the mother or even the father. It could be a kinship placement. So that stipend is important, and I think that this is a great way to open up the conversation.
And Jeff, other countries, amen, Erica, other countries do this.
Yeah.
Other countries have this on lock, and they're making sure that they take care of their parents.
Yeah, and I mean, you made a great point. Erica makes great points, and I'll take it one further, not just financially, but mentally, right? The children, Tori even mentioned that they're going through something, right? There's going to be repercussions for this staying at home for 1 year, not socializing, right? Same with the people who take care of their children, whether it be moms, dads, whoever it may be, grandparents. I could only speak for my wife, right? And I'm just going to put her into this story. When I get home, she's at her end, right? She's like, listen, I just need to go get a coffee. I need to drive. Listen, take some time out. Go get realigned. Take a class. Do what you have to do. We work on that in our house, but it's something that we don't talk about. We think we throw money in the situation and it gets better. That's not the case with this.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I guess it does a little bit.
No, but you're right. You're absolutely right. There's a reason why more people are turning to self-medication and alcohol.
Yep.
I have, and I'm not someone that typically drinks, but here I am every night having a glass of wine. That's not in me. And I'm being transparent with our viewers. It's tough, and I only come here for a couple hours, so I'm different than Jordan and most people at home. But I want our viewers to know that it affects everybody. Yeah. So it's hard. It's damn hard trying to balance it all. My thoughts are with everybody out there that are doing it. Really, gosh, I hope that we can get some help from the government for you. So we have some viral video of a wedding reception moment that some say got a little too aggressive. Check this out. The bride smashes some cake into the groom's face. Okay, many people do that. Uh-oh, he reacts by throwing the entire 3-tiered wedding cake at her. What? Here it is again from another angle. It looks like he throws it pretty hard too, Tori. In slow motion, you can see the cake hits the bride's face. Some online are saying the groom went way too far and that she should run from that relationship. Tori, but others are saying that this was all in good fun, and it is important to note that the bride posted the video and was okay with it. Does that change your point of view,
No, that's
Tori?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, okay, so Erica has an opinion. Tori, chime in, and then Erica chime in.
All right, I just think the weirdest part for me was not only did he assault her for me, he ran away without checking to see. If you notice, if you play the video, he assaults her with the cake and then runs away laughing. I say run. This guy, it's a no for me. It's a strong no for me. Look at this. He gives her to her, and then he just runs away. Look,
What if they planned it, though, Erica? I'm going to defend him here. What if they planned it?
He took the tears and everything. He took the actual plastic tears and put that in her face as well. That is assault. Okay, it's sugar assault. I'm just saying, he took a whole sheet cake and brought it to a cupcake fight. She did a little something, and then he did everything to her. That is not.
Jeff, I think it was planned for a viral moment. She immediately posted it. Here it is. It's gone viral. I think it worked.
Well, she did post it, but I mean, there was red flags from the start with that man bun. I mean,
Yes.
Especially on your wedding day. I mean, come on.
I'm kidding. Yeah, my wife would not like this.
Oh, we discussed it, my husband and I. said, don't you dare.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting my makeup done. If you smear one little piece of frosting on my face, Yeah, Erica, we're on the same boat on that one. Tori, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, the young poet who stole the show at the inauguration is still knocking everyone's socks off. We've got new details about Amanda Gorman's rise to fame, and from comedy to taking on Scientology, and even making us laugh in a new game show. Leah Remini does it all. She's talking to Tori later and chatting with the stars. And would you ever consider chatting on the computer with a dead relative? Can you imagine the technology that just is too creepy to come to life? That's coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. So this is a story straight out of the Twilight Zone or Black Mirror. Microsoft has created a technology that would allow you to chat with a deceased relative. Basically, they would create a chat program that was based on a relative's social media posts, their pictures, recordings, letters. The chat program would converse and interact in the personality of that specific person. It would allow you to interact with a dead relative so you could get advice from your deceased grandmother, and it would sound and act just like her. But even Microsoft has decided to scrap the idea because it was too disturbing for them after they had rolled it out and I guess looked at it for themselves. But what do you think? Considering that we have the technology here, would you want to do this, Erica?
Oh, I don't need this. I talk to my grandmother all the time. She's been gone for 18 years.
Big Mama?
Yeah, I talk to Big Mama. I talk to Granddaddy. Hey, y'all. But the thing is, this is just really alarming, though, because basically they're telling us that we physically do not need to be here. They can continue on without us, and it's all like sci-fi. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, we did these stories about the holograms.
Yeah,
go for it, Tori. Yeah.
Get in there, girl.
No, I was just saying that for me, if some people need a goodbye that they never had, this can be a life-changing closure for someone. Do I agree that it's going to get out of control? Yes, but I think we're already headed in that direction, and it's going to happen. We sound like old people when it comes to 50 years from now.
I think.
Well, call me old.
I think psychologically there's some sort of grieving process that you have to go through that, you know, it might help you for the time being, but not in the long term, right?
I think, yeah, I'm in between you and Tori here because I would want, God forbid, if something happened to a loved one of mine or one of my children, I would want to connect with them one last time. But knowing it's superficial and not real, my fear, to Jeff's point, being in such a vulnerable state, I would cling to that and then never go through my grieving process, and then you're just stuck.
Yeah, I think there's something seriously
and
like
you're addicted.
Psychologically,
right.
I was going to bring up an ironic, stupid point. Go for it.
Well, no, but you bring up a very timely point, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. People are dealing with this in a different way right now. There is no closure for a lot of people. They haven't been able to say goodbye to their loved one when they passed away in the hospital. They weren't able to congregate and actually celebrate the life of their loved one. There is a lot of emptiness that people are feeling right now because someone who was here last year is not here. So I'm not going to just poo-poo these ideas because there is an idea that, like, there was never any closure to even know that they're gone. So.
I know.
That's a different reality.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. We're in different times with this pandemic. We'll be right back with Leah Remini.
This was when.
Welcome back to DBL. Leah Remini is one celebrity you cannot put into a box. She shot to stardom as an actress, but has spent her recent years speaking out against Scientology as a former member. Now, she's ready to make people laugh, hosting a brand new game show. She spoke with Tori about her ever-changing career in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome, Leah Remini. I was a stand-up in around 2015, and you came to me after, and you took the time to look at me and say, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be good. You're going to make it. So I've never gotten to say thank you. So I wanted to take this time to say thank you, because you made me stick with it.
Oh, my God. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for saying that. Like, that makes me, like, it makes me get teary-eyed.
You were obviously super famous on King of Queens, but then you moved into activism. And I just wanted to know from your point of view, what's the difference between being an actress and being an activist, and the difference between being famous for both?
There's not a whole lot of repercussions that come with acting, but activism is very different because there's not a whole lot of organizations that come after you the way Scientology comes after you. $3 billion organization a business for profit. There is a big difference between being somebody who's out there speaking or exposing truths. They don't always get attacked by an organization calling itself a church with tax exemption. All of these people who are speaking out against Scientology have repercussions every day to what they do by Scientology. And that is not why churches have tax exemptions. They have tax exemptions because they are benefiting the public in some way. They use their millions and millions of dollars, $3 billion to be exact, to harass and stalk, to silence people and to discredit them. That's what they do with their tax exemption.
I know you don't want to consider yourself brave, but you are, and you're saving lives by doing it. I know you don't want to say that about yourself, but it's an enormous, brave step that you've done, because Scientology is not an easy monster to conquer. So bravo on that.
I don't know if anybody told you they loved you today, but I love you. Thank you so much. All right, now down to business.
Let me get to your game show. How was hosting for you?
Well, for me, the people puzzler, when this came along, to be able to connect with people who just want to be there to have fun. Like everybody who comes to the show, they leave and I'm like, I feel bad, I want to give you something. And they're like, are you kidding me? I had the best time today. I laughed today for the first. So for me, and the same for me, it was like, it fills me up. I hope that I continue to do the show because I just love it. I have no complaints other than, I have to change a lot, and changing things is not so easy. They should give me an award for that. But so far I'm having like an amazing time, and that's like no BS, by the way.
Everybody get ready to laugh and take a break from your time. It is at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Game Show Network every weekday. We so appreciate Leah Remini, and also from me to you, what a full circle moment. It's really been an honor being able to chat with you again. Thanks again.
And I'm so glad that you believe in yourself and you still continue to believe in yourself. I'm sure you have your ups and downs like all of us.
I'm gonna go cry. Thank you so much, Leah. Thank you. Thanks again, Leah.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got lashes on.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
At Gilda.
That coronavirus testing is required for any traveler returning to the U.S. from abroad. Will vaccines be far behind? Let's connect the dots. Until coronavirus vaccines become readily available, testing will be a necessary part of travel, at least when it comes to traveling abroad. But what about when vaccines are available? Experts say it will be unlikely a coronavirus shot will be required for domestic travel. Most airlines in the U.S. have not required tests before boarding, so experts think it is unlikely they will require vaccines. But if you are traveling internationally, it might be a different story. Qantas Airlines, an Australian carrier, has already announced it will require passengers to get a coronavirus vaccine. Korean Air says it is thinking about it as well. Some countries already require specific vaccinations before you can enter. For example, a lot of places in Africa and South America require proof you have been vaccinated against yellow fever. So how will you provide proof you have been vaccinated? When you are vaccinated for yellow fever, you are given a so-called yellow card you can present for entry. Experts predict something similar can be done for coronavirus, but the much more likely solution will be an app that stores proof of your vaccination. A few are already being tested, with one called Common Pass seen as the most promising.
DBL. Okay, we love sharing your comments. We've got a bunch of them in regard to schools and teachers. So Debbie says, all I have to say is there are teachers and paraprofessionals losing their lives here in Cobb County, Georgia. You cannot teach from the grave. Fair point. Tragic. It really is the state that we're in this country. Angela says, my daughter has been back at school. Debbie says, our kids in Tennessee have been back in school since August. I have a 6-year-old grandson, and I have an 8th and 9th grader teacher in the family. They wear masks. Cake says, maybe, this is in regard to the cake. Billy says, maybe the groom was pissed. I don't know if I can say that on air, but I'm reading it because she smashed the cake in his face. Maybe he told her not to, and she did it anyhow, and that was his way to get her back. I would have been PO'd too. Okay. If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV. It's your chance to be part of the DBL Nation. Here's what's coming up. Amanda Gorman, the young poet who captivated the country, is getting a huge new gig. We're going to tell you all about it. And in True Crime Chronicles, a teen disappeared almost 20 years ago. Could new clues point cops in the right direction? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori joins us from home. Okay, so Paris Hilton is opening up about wanting to start a family. Speaking on the Trend Reporter with Mara podcast, Paris says she and her boyfriend have started the IVF process. She said her friend Kim Kardashian told her about it and even referred her to her doctor. Paris says she wants twins and that was told that IVF was the only way to ensure that would happen. Listen.
I think it's just something that most women should do just to have, and then you can pick if you want boys or girls, just because I really want to have twins that are a boy and a girl. So the only way to 100% get that is by, making it happen that way.
All right, Erica, you're shaking your head. What do you make of this?
Yeah, well, I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 in a couple weeks, and I don't have children, and it's something that we want. IVF is definitely on the table. At 39, everything is on the table. I am reluctant to talk about gender and picking gender because, as we know, that's a very antiquated dynamic. So you could have technically a boy and a girl, but your daughter could also come to you and be like, actually, Mom, I'm a boy. So I don't think that for me, I'm not going to ever slam anybody for wanting what they want. It's her body and it's her decision. But I think ultimately gender to me is like very low on that list.
Good point, Jeff.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would take it just to the I don't want to knock anybody with IVF, by the way, which I didn't know how common it was, right?
Yes.
As I get older, all my friends are like, we're doing IVF. I'm like, wow, just get drunk. You know, I'm just kidding.
No,
I used that joke before.
Work.
Thank you, Tori. Here's my thing. I don't like playing God in the sense of picking the eye color, picking the gender. You know, me personally, I'm not against if you guys want to do that or have twins. I like to let things happen naturally. I believe God will give us what we can handle and what we deserve, right?
Well, she also comes from a very privileged situation. You know, many people that I know that have had to undergo IVF, it's because they weren't able to conceive naturally. And so, and those individuals that I know very personally that have undergone IVF, they had to take out a second mortgage or they had to completely clear out their savings account. And thank God that they were even in a position to do that. So there are people out there that don't even have the option to take out a second mortgage if they really want to have twins because they can't conceive naturally. So I do think that this shows her privilege, Tori, but I also say, hey, if this is what she wants, you know, more power to her. Go for it.
No, real quick, it's just, it's very ethically questionable, right? Like, it's very bioethically, it's a question that we're all thinking about. However, I am a carrier of a disease from my mom that's genetic, and I needed to make sure that Brooks wasn't also a carrier, because if we did have a kid, then they would be a 25% chance of having Gaucher's disease, which is a Jewish Ashkenazi disease. And that is also kind of bioethically kind of questionable, right? It's kind of the same thing. So I just think this is an area which we're going to get a lot more legislation, but understand that there's more than boy and girl. You can also make sure they don't have certain diseases, but that's also kind of a philosophical question. I just wanted to bring that up.
Very interesting. Thank you, Tori. Okay, so we are getting our first look at Kristen Stewart as the late Princess Diana. Check out this photo from the upcoming movie. Wow. The movie's called Spencer. It is currently filming in Germany and is expected to be released next year. Here's a look at the late princess next to Kristen. Okay, Erica, hold on, girl. What do you think? Can she pull off playing such an icon? Kristen wasn't an obvious choice to play Diana, with many people on social media wondering if she was the best fit. Erica Cobb, go for it.
I think the producers bamboozled us. They put up that photo, and we were all thinking that was Princess Di, and that was actually Kristen. Yeah. I cannot believe it. Like, she look. I don't know about her acting skills, but they definitely nailed the look.
For sure.
She said in an interview she's just worried about the accent, but I thought she was going to look awful. She looks amazing. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, she looks amazing, Tori, and I think that. Am I the only one here that is a huge Kristen Stewart fan? I love her in Twilight. Don't get on me. I think she's a really good actress. I think she's going to nail this.
But here's what she said. She's going to take her own spin on the accent and do her.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said in the interview in so many words,
Not
right?
when
in a
you play someone.
Well, there you go. To your point.
She's going to have her own spin on someone that actually you can listen to their voice and you can mimic their voice and their accent.
So when I heard this is what I think, right? I'm already deflecting, right? Saying, like, I'm going to do my own accent because I don't know if I could do it good enough. That's just Jeff talking to Jeff. Like, so I'm just going to put an artistic spin on this and show people that's what I'm doing. But inside, I'm like, man, I'm so insecure. I'm not going to do this right, and I'm scared of it. That's what I see when I hear that.
Although she's such a thespian. She is someone.
Don't bring out big words. Just answer my question. You can't just be like, that's so aerodynamic. Just answer the question.
No, I'm disagreeing with you because I think Kristen Stewart really does take her craft seriously, and I think that she probably wants to put her own stamp on it, but when it comes to playing this iconic figure, you can't.
Yeah, I'm going to be Abe Lincoln. I'm not going to wear a beard. What are you talking about? You can't put your own spin on it.
Totally agree with you on this one, Jeff. What
is it with you and Abe Lincoln?
He's
you have brought up Abe Lincoln 3 times today.
You know what it is?
In three different respects.
I don't know where those big hats went. I think they should come back.
Top hats.
No, the big ones, though.
The
stove-top. Those things need to come back. And listen, I need to get a vest with one of those watches.
Oh, those are so cute.
Okay, they're the best.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're the best.
Oh, yeah, my husband
Why aren't those back in style right now? That's what I worry about every day.
What year did you wake up in, Jeff?
Not this one. I put it behind me.
Yeah, really.
or in front of you.
Please start rocking that watch. That's cute. That's super cute.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, good. Amanda Gorman's star keeps getting brighter and brighter. It was announced today that the poet will be taking part in the Super Bowl pre-game show next Sunday. It was just last week that the 22-year-old impressed everyone from Oprah to former President Obama with her inaugural poem. Earlier this week, Amanda also signed with IMG Models. The deal will expand her personal brand through endorsements and editorial opportunities. And her books, which haven't even been released, are #1 and 2 on Amazon's bestseller list. Erica, what do you think of her her sudden success? I mean, is it really that sudden considering?
No.
Thank you. Speak to it.
She is a Harvard grad. She has authored multiple books. She obviously was one of the youngest recipients in order to even be at the inauguration to speak. I mean, let's just think of the people who have done this in the past. Maya Angelou ring a bell? When I was watching this, I felt like I'm always going to remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when I saw Amanda Gorman, because there are so few moments in history where you are actually there to see someone's star physically rise in the moment. Oof. And that's how I felt when I was watching her. And the idea that poetry and the spoken word has been put in the forefront by this beautiful woman. It's just, it was just all the magic. It was all the magic, and I am so proud of her.
Yeah, I want to hear Tori's point of view, but really, I agree with you, Erica. And you might just watch TV and think people are blowing smoke. When that happened, I was like, wow. This woman, I say girl, she's 22, I'm so old. I'm like, this girl has talent. She did that flawlessly in front of all those people and didn't stumble one word. I can't even talk one sentence. That was amazing. And in the moment, I was like, this girl, I didn't even know the backstory. Her backstory's amazing. But that moment, really, it's one of those things when you're like, I could see this star rising.
Yeah. And the reason why I think her star is taking off is because she's put in the work, Tori. Because what is that saying, if something about opportunity knocks, be ready?
Yeah.
That's
luck
good,
is when
Sam.
opportunity meets preparation.
Okay,
preparation.
So, yes. Okay.
Yes.
When there's a window open, break it.
Tori, quickly.
Very quickly, I'll just say, I love that she wore yellow, that bright yellow, because she really was like a light and like a ray of sunshine. The second thing I'll say is Dr. Jill Biden found her and pushed for her to be that. I love that an educator found her when she spoke at the Library of Congress. I think that's a really cool backstory. And 3, she said specifically, Erica, that she used words because she felt the past 4 years have really violated words, and words are important and they matter, and she feels they've been stepped on. So that was actually quite important to her to use words like that. And before 2 years ago, she couldn't even say an R, one R, just like our current president. Major speech impediment, just a beautiful story, and that yellow will be in our minds forever.
Well, to add to that, Tori, also that poem was not complete 2 weeks before when what was happening, the insurrection. Wow. So the whole second half of that poem was about what some of us, a lot of us, most of us were thinking and feeling that day 2 weeks before. Yeah. So
just wait till we see what she accomplishes too. We think
know.
She's already
She wants to run for president. Ooh. She wants to run for president in 2036, and she says she's serious.
Not just serious, she is serious.
And, and nobody remembered yellow. I didn't remember what she was wearing.
Oh, I remember.
No, everyone does. No. Yes.
I remembered.
Listen to her speech. I wasn't like, did you see that pin? What do you call a nice pin?
No, Jeff, it was a visual
Did you see the
moment.
cage bird ring from Oprah?
Yes. Yeah, from Oprah.
See how women's minds are different?
Exactly.
I just appreciate the talent. You guys are like, did you see her nails?
All right.
Wow, that was sexist, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yes,
Tori.
Yes.
Tori, we will see you a little bit later in the show. Coming up on DBL, a teenage girl's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be after all this time? New clues in True Crime Chronicles.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. Rachel Cook went for a run when she vanished in broad daylight. This month marks 19 years and still no sign of the Texas teen. What really happened that day? Here's an update in True Crime Chronicles.
Rachel Cook was born and raised in Georgetown, Texas. There were two things the 19-year-old cared most about: her family and running. She was an accomplished cross-country runner.
She was just a light that shone so brightly.
After graduating high school, Rachel moved to San Diego for college. It was January 2002. Rachel was back home in Texas visiting her family over winter break. It was a normal morning. Her family went to work, and Rachel left to go on a 6-mile run in the neighborhood. She never made it back home that day.
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
Rachel vanished in broad daylight. Several people reported seeing her running that day.
We still get tips weekly on the Cook case. I'm the case agent, and I have 6 dedicated reserves that do nothing but Rachel Cook every single day.
Thousands of tips came in, but no evidence or big leads. Rachel's family even formed their own search groups.
I can't believe everybody, that many people showed up.
17 years passed, and finally, something. Police found a car in Dallas connected to several persons of interest, but it wasn't enough to crack the case. And then, in 2020,
new tips and now new sketches showing 2 persons of interest in the Rachel Cook case.
Police named these 2 men as prime suspects. They were both spotted in the area where Rachel was last seen, just 100 yards from her family home. A big break in the case, but investigators are still stuck.
We are now visiting this tree almost as long as she's been alive. So put that in perspective, it's unfathomable, It really is.
Rachel would have been 38 years old today.
She was good. She was good people. Very loving, very caring. And for somebody to take that from this community, it's not right. It's not right. And at this point, I just want closure.
Earlier, Al and I spoke with a reporter who shared new updates in this case. Take a look. We are joined by senior reporter Tony Plohetsky from KVUE in Austin, Texas. Tony, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Police just announced they are pursuing a new person of interest. Who is this suspect, and how did he just now come to light?
On the anniversary of Rachel Cook's disappearance, authorities did release new information about someone else they are now trying to track down. They did not release a name. I think it is clear they don't have a name at this point, but they did release a brief description about the person. And essentially what they said is that they believe that he was an acquaintance of Rachel Cook. They believe that he traveled to cities throughout the state, possibly involved in the horsing or cattle industry here in the state, which of course is a major industry. And at the same time, according to what authorities did release, they do believe that he may have had intricate knowledge of Rachel Cook's disappearance and of the crime itself, and may have shared that information with other people in this region.
There are a lot of theories out there that it could have been Rachel's father or boyfriend at the time involved. Is there any truth to those claims?
Not really is the short answer to that. A lot of these, in a lot of cases, in a lot of instances like this, of course, we all know that different theories can emerge over the years, send investigators in one direction or another. There have been, not unlike a lot of other cases that remain unsolved like this, a lot of conspiracy theories that seem to emerge over time. But so far, nothing really has stuck, and certainly nothing that has led to an arrest or indictment or charges or conviction of anyone in this case.
And Tony, I can't imagine what her family is going through. And we all want closure for them. It's been almost 2 decades. How is her family handling everything, and what do they make of the new leads?
Her mother does remain a very outspoken advocate for her daughter, using the anniversary of her death, her birthday, to try to continue to bring public awareness to this case, again, hoping that it could trigger some sort of new information. But the last time I talked to her, what she also told me is just how difficult it has been through the years to ride a roller coaster of emotion, trying to remain hopeful, becoming hopeful with these new facts that seem to come out, and yet not getting too hopeful because over the years she's had that hope and then seen it really wither away when these new possible leads did not really go anywhere.
A parent's worst nightmare, absolutely. And I just thank you, Tony, for bringing this story to light, because if we can help solve it, the viewers, everybody, please, to learn more about this case, visit kvue.com. Tony, we appreciate you as always.
Tony.
Great to see you. We'll be right back.
We all know that movement is like that.
Welcome back to DBL. There's been a lot of new trends catching on during the pandemic. And did you know that straightening your teeth is one of them? So we're going to chat about it. Oh, yeah, listen to that music. Okay, on DBL's Smile Bright, presented by Smile Direct Club. So several dental offices have reported an increase in adults wanting to work on their teeth, whether it's straightening or whitening, maybe all of the long Zoom calls, virtual meetings, maybe those are to blame. According to the American Dental Association, 7 in 10 Americans are self-conscious about their teeth, and 50% try to smile with their mouth closed. When it comes to your teeth, Smile Direct Club offers affordable and convenient dental care, from aligners to teeth whitening and more. So go ahead and visit SmileDirectClub.com to learn more. Erica, what do you think about this?
I understand that people want to do things to their teeth. I am 20 years into doing things to my teeth because I was told that I would never be able to eat steak past 21, but
what do you mean?
Few investments. I just have or naturally not strong teeth.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I have like a cavity and root canal in every tooth. I'm over it.
Yeah, all of my teeth up here are fake.
Yep. I'm right.
So,
I don't have fake teeth yet, but I will eventually have to, considering that my teeth are not good either.
Yeah.
You have a story about your teeth.
No, go to Tori. She's been making sounds the whole time.
Okay, Tori, tell us.
We're waiting on you, Tori.
Good one, Tori.
I'm so sorry, but I'm fascinated by weak teeth and the fake teeth.
Well, I have a 3-crown, like I have a bridge, like 4-crown bridge, so that I can chew steak.
I'm just saying.
Tori, you lost your moment.
I know. Boo.
You were like, oh, yeah.
And then we give you the floor.
I hate.
And she freezes.
You froze.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh my God.
And now I eat steak.
Right back.
I hate working from home.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hello.
It's important to get the facts right on COVID-19 and vaccines, and that's why we verify and do it with transparency. So what are we verifying? Well, claims that a new bill was passed that lets kids in the U.S. get vaccinated without their parents' consent. So why are we verifying this? Well, multiple articles have made this claim and have been circulating for months now, and the claims are still being shared on social media. Many posts say that this bill is trying to remove parents' rights to make medical decisions for their kids. Our main source to find out if this is true is the Council of the District of Columbia. That's DC's local legislative body. So these claims take a nugget of truth and then build a bunch of false information around it to make a larger false claim. Let's start with what is true. In December, DC council members passed this bill into local ordinance. Basically, it permits a minor to consent to receive a vaccine even if they don't have parental consent, but with specific parameters. But that's not what these claims say. They claim a new bill was passed that lets kids in the entire U.S. get vaccinated without their parents' consent, and that's false. This bill only affects some children in the Washington, D.C. area. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
live on DBL, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp. From reality TV drama to health and fitness tips we could all use in the new year. She's sharing what she knows. That's tomorrow, right here on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so I'm supposed to check my personal email. Sorry, Arash, our producer, but I do not get service. So let me see.
Just be quiet for a while.
Okay. Can we just exhale? Can we just all take a group? Kumbaya, exhale.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I meditated this morning just for that reason.
Yeah.
Man,
thank you, Tori.
It's good TV.
How long do we have to go 20 seconds?
Just embrace
coloring.
it.
Look, Sam, I did a dachshund.
A dachshund. I love me. So what is that, coloring, or is that you doing crochet?
Yeah, I'm coloring.
We're the only 4 people watching this.
It's coloring, and it's different, just different dachshunds.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
The CDC says students can be back in school now despite the pandemic. Some teachers are saying no way. DBL Nation, do you think it's time for kids to return? This viral video of a groom throwing an entire cake at his bride is sparking debate. Was this all in good fun, or did he go way too far? Paris Hilton started the IVF process to ensure she has boy and girl twins. Are you okay with people picking the gender of their kids? And Leah Remini talks to DBL about standing up against Scientology. Plus, the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got a lack of that.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, January 27th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori, hello, hello. Tori joining us from home. Okay, so let's get right to it because here we are. Nearly a year, can you believe it, into the pandemic, and the CDC is out with a new controversial report. So it looked at school districts in North Carolina and in Wisconsin, and they found schools that followed safety protocols did not contribute to the spread of the virus in any significant way. Now, this is tricky because on the other side, school districts in major cities like New York and Chicago are having serious trouble reopening after teachers have resisted going back because of safety concerns. I also should say too, Jeff, you look at these studies, and how do you know if the reports are factual if the people are asymptomatic or they're not reporting the testing accurately? There's so many other caveats and variables. I'm afraid to believe any of this. And I hate saying that considering it's coming from the CDC, but let's just pause for a second and maybe talk to some other experts.
Well, I'll get on the CDC thing too about being skeptical, but first I think we have to break it down in category, right? Are we talking about pre-K? I have a 2- and 4-year-old. Are we talking about junior high? Are we talking about high school? Are we talking about college? We have to break those down, right? Are we talking about inner cities? Are we talking about suburban schools? Those are also into the factor, right? When you talk about the CDC, think about what our former judicial system, our former president, I didn't want to go there, but I couldn't think of the other word. Our former administration, that's what I was looking for. Our former administration said, listen, we need to get back in school, right? And everyone's like, no, because our former administration said that. Now the CDC is saying that, and everyone's like, well, now we need to get back in school. So it's where you come from, where the skepticism comes from as well, right?
Erica, how do you feel about this?
Erica, you like how I dance around that
Yeah, I'm like, there was a lot of tap dancing going on. Like, yeah, so I think that you're right in the respect that there's so much information out there, but we have to be very specific about this. We're talking about a certain region and a certain school district. I know my mother has been in education for like 40 plus years. She's still working in education in a lot of respects where she was going into the schools. She's not going back into the schools now because it is unsafe for her to do so. We have to consider also when you're sending your children to school, do you have multi-generational homes where you might have an elderly person in the home? And now this child who may be asymptomatic from another child who was asymptomatic is bringing the coronavirus back into your home. So there are all of these things we have not addressed.
Amen. And Tori, that's life or death, what Erica just said. What Erica just said, that can be life or death in every household. And believe me, I am not dismissing or diminishing the fact that so many teenagers, children out there are going through their own personal hell, right? Being separated from their friends, being in situations where maybe they don't have the best family unit, or maybe they do have the best family unit and it's still impacting their mental health. So I understand that. But I also know, coming from someone that's dealing with family members with COVID right now and one family member in the ICU, I also know that this is life or death.
And I totally understand that too, Sam. You know what's so interesting though? I'm with you. I'm like, what about the teachers? What about the administrators? What about the sanitation workers? All of those people, it's life and death. But I have an example for you. The 5th largest school district in Nevada, the Clark County, has 326,000 students enrolled, right? And they have been remote since March 2020. Since those 9 months, 19 students have committed suicide. And it's incredible because now they're trying to figure out a way to stagger the students because that's also life or death, right? The lack of social abilities to be with other people, to voice, to have friendships. So I'm just letting everyone know I'm confused too on where to stand, but I know it's life or death in both situations.
Well, great point, Tori. In fact, all of our viewers are commenting in faster than I can keep up with. We have Veronica on Twitter saying, I'm so ready for schools to reopen. I'm no teacher, and at-home learning has been a nightmare in my house. Ramin says, this report from the CDC is a rural setting with small classes. It does not translate to large urban school districts. And finally, Michelle says, my concern is that children don't get tested unless symptomatic, making it hard to assess asymptomatic transmission in school. Well put. I think we're all on the same page, but I feel like we have no further clarity. Right. So we need to figure this out, please.
Tori's not on the same page because she turned it while you were reading. Did you hear that?
I did.
Camera? Was that on camera?
Nobody was very
studious. Very studious, Tori. Speaking of the pandemic, a number of prominent women, including stars like Amy Schumer and Eva Longoria, are urging the Biden administration to pay moms, I would hope all caregivers, not just moms, but to pay moms a $2,400 stipend. They call it a Marshall Plan for moms who are some of the most hard-hit people in the pandemic. Many have had to quit their jobs or scale back to take care of kids and loved ones who are stuck at home. The plan also calls for a parental leave policy, affordable child care, and pay equity. Amen. If we, Erica, are going to ask these caretakers to stay home, of course, they're hopefully also working. I mean, how else, unless you come from a very affluent situation, and that's like the 1%.
Right.
How are they supposed to manage taking care of their children, taking care of themselves, doing at-home learning, and going to work? They need help.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you mentioned caregivers, because I think what this is an initial statement. This is an opening up of a negotiation. So you're asking for every single thing that you could possibly want. Saying moms brings up the fact that women historically have been the caregivers, have been the ones who have been in the homes. However, now we have women who are not only the caregivers and in the homes, they also might have to be the only parent. They also might have to be the only provider. So in cases like that, that's why it is important to talk about caregivers. As someone who volunteers in the child welfare system, it's not necessarily always the mother or even the father. It could be a kinship placement. So that stipend is important, and I think that this is a great way to open up the conversation.
And Jeff, other countries, amen, Erica, other countries do this.
Yeah.
Other countries have this on lock, and they're making sure that they take care of their parents.
Yeah, and I mean, you made a great point. Erica makes great points, and I'll take it one further, not just financially, but mentally, right? The children, Tori even mentioned that they're going through something, right? There's going to be repercussions for the staying at home for 1 year, not socializing, right? Same with the people who take care of their children, whether it be moms, dads, whoever it may be, grandparents. I could only speak for my wife, right? And I'm just going to put her into this story. When I get home, she's at her end, right? She's like, listen, I just need to go get a coffee. I need to drive. Listen, take some time out. Go get realigned. Take a class. Do what you have to do. We work on that in our house, but it's something that we don't talk about. We think we throw money in the situation and it gets better. That's not the case with this.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I guess it does a little bit.
No, but you're right. You're absolutely right. There's a reason why more people are turning to self-medication and alcohol.
Yep.
I have, and I'm not someone that typically drinks, but here I am every night having a glass of wine. That's not in me. And I'm being transparent with our viewers. It's tough, and I only come here for a couple hours, so I'm different than Jordan and most people at home. But I want our viewers to know that it affects everybody. Yeah. So it's hard. It's damn hard trying to balance it all. My thoughts are with everybody out there that are doing it. Really, gosh, I hope that we can get some help from the government for you. So we have some viral video of a wedding reception moment that some say got a little too aggressive. Check this out. The bride smashes some cake into the groom's face. Okay, many people do that. Uh-oh, he reacts by throwing the entire 3-tiered wedding cake at her. What? Here it is again from another angle. It looks like he throws it pretty hard too, Tori. In slow motion, you can see the cake hits the bride's face. Some online are saying the groom went way too far and that she should run from that relationship. Tori, but others are saying that this was all in good fun, and it is important to note that the bride posted the video and was okay with it. Does that change your point of view,
No, that's
Tori?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, okay, so Erica has an opinion. Tori, chime in, and then Erica chime in.
All right, I just think the weirdest part for me was not only did he assault her, for me, he ran away without checking to see. If you notice, if you play the video, he assaults her with the cake and then runs away laughing. I say run. This guy, it's a no for me. It's a strong no for me. Look at this. He gives her to her, and then he just runs away. Look,
What
bye.
if they planned it, though, Erica? I'm going to defend him here. What if they planned it?
He took the tears and everything. He took the actual plastic tears and put that in her face as well. That is assault. Okay, it's sugar assault. I'm just saying, he took a whole sheet cake and brought it to a cupcake fight. She did a little something, and then he did everything to her. That is not.
Jeff, I think it was planned for a viral moment. She immediately posted it. Here it is. It's gone viral. I think it worked.
Well, she did post it, but I mean, there was red flags from the start with that man bun. I mean,
Yes.
Especially on your wedding day. I mean, come on.
I'm kidding. Yeah, my wife would not like this.
Oh, we discussed it, my husband and I. said, don't you dare.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting my makeup done. If you smear one little piece of frosting on my face, Yeah, Erica, we're on the same boat on that one. Tori, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, the young poet who stole the show at the inauguration is still knocking everyone's socks off. We've got new details about Amanda Gorman's rise to fame, and from comedy to taking on Scientology, and even making us laugh in a new game show. Leah Remini does it all. She's talking to Tori later and chatting with the stars. And would you ever consider chatting on the computer with a dead relative. Can you imagine the technology that just is too creepy to come to life? That's coming up next.
This is a smile.
Welcome back to DBL. So this is a story straight out of the Twilight Zone or Black Mirror. Microsoft has created a technology that would allow you to chat with a deceased relative. Basically, they would create a chat program that was based on a relative's social media posts, their pictures, recordings, letters. The chat program would converse and interact in the personality of that specific person. It would allow you to interact with a dead relative so you could get advice from your deceased grandmother, and it would sound and act just like her. But even Microsoft has decided to scrap the idea because it was too disturbing for them after they had rolled it out and I guess looked at it for themselves. But what do you think? Considering that we have the technology here, would you want to do this, Erica?
Oh, I don't need this. I talk to my grandmother all the time. She's been gone for 18 years.
Big Mama?
Yeah, I talk to Big Mama. I talk to Granddaddy. Hey, y'all. But the thing is, this is just really alarming, though, because basically they're telling us that we physically do not need to be here. They can continue on without us, and it's all like sci-fi. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, we did these stories about the holograms. Go for it, Tori. Yeah.
Get in there, girl.
No, I was just saying that for me, if some people need a goodbye that they never had, this can be a life-changing closure for someone. Do I agree that it's going to get out of control? Yes, but I think we're already headed in that direction, and it's going to happen. We sound like old people when it comes to 50 years from now.
I think.
Well, call me old.
I think psychologically there's some sort of grieving process that you have to go through that, you know, it might help you for the time being, but not in the long term, right?
I think, yeah, I'm in between you and Tori here because I would want, God forbid, if something happened to a loved one of mine or one of my children, I would want to connect with them one last time. But knowing it's superficial and not real, my fear, to Jeff's point, being in such a vulnerable state, I would cling to that and then never go through my grieving process, and then you're just stuck.
Yeah, I think there's something seriously
and
like
you're addicted
psychologically.
right.
I was going to bring up an ironic, stupid point. Go for it.
Well, no, but you bring up a very timely point, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. People are dealing with this in a different way right now. There is no closure for a lot of people. They haven't been able to say goodbye to their loved one when they passed away in the hospital. They weren't able to congregate and actually celebrate the life of their loved one. There is a lot of emptiness that people are feeling right now because someone who was here last year is not here. So I'm not going to just poo-poo these ideas because there is an idea that like there was never any closure to even know that they're gone. So
I know.
That's a different reality.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. We're in different times with this pandemic. We'll be right back with Leah Remini.
This was
Welcome back to DBL. Leah Remini is one celebrity you cannot put into a box. She shot to stardom as an actress, but has spent her recent years speaking out against Scientology as a former member. Now, she's ready to make people laugh, hosting a brand new game show. She spoke with Tori about her ever-changing career in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome, Leah Remini. I was a stand-up in around 2015, and you came to me after, and you took the time to look at me and say, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be good. You're gonna make it. So I've never gotten to say thank you. So I wanted to take this time to say thank you, because you made me stick with it.
Oh my God. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for saying that. Like, that makes me get teary-eyed.
You were obviously super famous on King of Queens, but then you moved into activism. And I just wanted to know from your point of view, what's the difference between being an actress and being an activist, and the difference between being famous for both?
There's not a whole lot of repercussions that come with acting, but activism is very different because there's not a whole lot of organizations that come after you the way Scientology comes after you. $3 billion organization, a business for profit. There is a big difference between being somebody who's out there speaking or exposing truths. They don't always get attacked by an organization calling itself a church with tax exemption. All of these people who are speaking out against Scientology have repercussions every day to what they do by Scientology, and that is not why churches have tax exemptions. They have tax exemptions because they are benefiting the public in some way. They use their millions and millions of dollars, $3 billion to be exact, to harass and stalk, to silence people, and to discredit them. that's what they do with their tax exemption.
I know you don't want to consider yourself brave, but you are, and you're saving lives by doing it. I know you don't want to say that about yourself, but it's an enormous, brave step that you've done, because Scientology is not an easy monster to conquer. So bravo on that.
I don't know if anybody told you they loved you today, but I love you. Thank you so much. All right, now down to business.
Let me get to your game show. How was hosting for you?
Well, for me, the people puzzler, when this came along, you know, to be able to connect with people who just want to be there to have fun. Like, everybody who comes to the show, they leave and I'm like, oh, I feel bad, I want to give you something. And they're like, are you kidding? You had the best time today. I laughed today for the first. So for me, and the same for me, it was like, it fills me up. I hope that I continue to do the show because I just love it. I have no complaints other than, you know, I have to change a lot, and changing things is not so easy. They should give me an award for that. But so far I'm having like an amazing time, and that's like no BS, by the way.
Everybody get ready to laugh and take a break from your time. It is at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Game Show Network every weekday. We so appreciate Leah Remini, and also from me to you, what a full circle moment. It's really been an honor being able to chat with you again. Thanks again.
And I'm so glad that you believe in yourself, and you still continue to believe in yourself. I'm sure you have your ups and downs like all of us.
I'm gonna go cry. Thank you so much, Leah. Thank you.
Don't get me teary-eyed. I got lashes on.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
At Guild.com, get insider access to coveted designers like Valentino, Chloe, and Dior.
Now that coronavirus testing is required for any traveler returning to the U.S. from abroad, will vaccines be far behind? Let's connect the dots. Until coronavirus vaccines become readily available, testing will be a necessary part of travel, at least when it comes to traveling abroad. But what about when vaccines are available? Experts say it will be unlikely a coronavirus shot will be required for domestic travel. Most airlines in the U.S. have not required tests before boarding, so experts think it is unlikely they will require vaccines. But if you are traveling internationally, it might be a different story. Qantas Airlines, an Australian carrier, has already announced it will require passengers to get a coronavirus vaccine. Korean Air says it is thinking about it as well. Some countries already require specific vaccinations before you can enter. For example, a lot of places in Africa and South America require proof you have been vaccinated against yellow fever. So how will you provide proof you have been vaccinated? When you are vaccinated for yellow fever, you are given a so-called yellow card you can present for entry. Experts predict something similar can be done for coronavirus, but the much more likely solution will be an app that stores proof of your vaccination. A few are already being tested, with one called Common Pass seen as the most promising.
Got a bunch of them in regard to schools and teachers. So Debbie says, all I have to say is there are teachers and paraprofessionals losing their lives here in Cobb County, Georgia. You cannot teach from the grave. Fair point. Tragic. It really is the state that we're in this country. Angela says, my daughter has been back at school. Debbie says, our kids in Tennessee have been back in school since August. I have a 6-year-old grandson, and I have an 8th and 9th grader teacher in the family. They wear masks. Cake says, maybe, this is in regard to the cake. Billy says, maybe the groom was pissed. I don't know if I can say that on air, but I'm reading it because she smashed the cake in his face. Maybe he told her not to, and she did it anyhow, and that was his way to get her back. I would have been PO'd too. Okay. If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV. It's your chance to be part of the DBL Nation. Here's what's coming up. Amanda Gorman, the young poet who captivated the country, is getting a huge new gig. We're going to tell you all about it. And in True Crime Chronicles, a teen disappeared almost 20 years ago. Could new clues point cops in the right direction? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori joins us from home. Okay, so Paris Hilton is opening up about wanting to start a family. Speaking on the Trend Reporter with Mara podcast, Paris says she and her boyfriend have started the IVF process. She said her friend Kim Kardashian told her about it and even referred her to her doctor. Paris says she wants twins and that was told that IVF was the only way to ensure that would happen. Listen.
I think it's just something that most women should do just to have, and then you can pick if you want boys or girls, just because I really want to have twins that are a boy and a girl. So the only way to 100% get that is by, making it happen that way.
All right, Erica, you're shaking your head. What do you make of this?
Yeah, well, I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 in a couple weeks, and I don't have children, and it's something that we want. IVF is definitely on the table. At 39, everything is on the table. I am reluctant to talk about gender and picking gender because, as we know, that's a very antiquated dynamic. So you could have technically a boy and a girl, but your daughter could also come to you and be like, actually, Mom, I'm a boy. So I don't think that, for me, I'm not going to ever slam anybody for wanting what they want. It's her body and it's her decision. But I think ultimately gender to me is like very low on that list.
Good point, Jeff.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would take it just to the I don't want to knock anybody with IVF, by the way, which I didn't know how common it was, right?
Yes.
As I get older, all my friends are like, we're doing IVF. I'm like, wow, just get drunk. You know, I'm just kidding.
No,
I used that joke before.
Work.
Thank you, Tori. Here's my thing. I don't like playing God in the sense of picking the eye color, picking the gender. You know, me personally, I'm not against if you guys want to do that or have twins. I like to let things happen naturally. I believe God will give us what we could handle and what we deserve, right?
Well, she also comes from a very privileged situation. You know, many people that I know that have had to undergo IVF, it's because they weren't able to conceive naturally. And so, and those individuals that I know very personally that have undergone IVF, they had to take out a second mortgage, or they had to completely clear out their savings account.
Yes.
And thank God that they were even in a position to do that. So there are people out there that don't even have the option to take out a second mortgage if they really want to have twins because they can't conceive naturally. So I do think that this shows her privilege, Tori, but I also say, hey, if this is what she wants, you know, more power to her. Go for it.
No, real quick, it's just, it's very ethically questionable, right? Like, it's very bioethically, it's a question that we're all thinking about. However, I am a carrier of a disease from my mom that's genetic, and I needed to make sure that Brooks wasn't also a carrier, because if we did have a kid, then they would be a 25% chance of having Gaucher's disease, which is a Jewish Ashkenazi disease. And that is also kind of bioethically kind of questionable, right? It's kind of the same thing. So I just think this is an area which we're going to get a lot more legislation, but understand that there's more than boy and girl. You can also make sure they don't have certain diseases, but that's also kind of a philosophical question. I just wanted to bring that up.
Very interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Tori. Okay, so we are getting our first look at Kristen Stewart as the late Princess Diana. Check out this photo from the upcoming movie. Wow. The movie's called Spencer. It is currently filming in Germany and is expected to be released next year. Here's a look at the late princess next to Kristen. Okay, Erica, hold on, girl. What do you think? Can she pull off playing such an icon? Kristen wasn't an obvious choice to play Diana, with many people on social media wondering if she was the best fit. Erica Cobb, go for it.
I think the producers bamboozled us. They put up that photo, and we were all thinking that was Princess Di, and that was actually Kristen. Yeah. I cannot believe it. Like, she look. I don't know about her acting skills, but they definitely nailed the look.
For sure.
She said in an interview she's just worried about the accent, but I thought she was going to look awful. She looks amazing. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, she looks amazing, Tori, and I think that. Am I the only one here that is a huge Kristen Stewart fan? I love her in Twilight. Don't get on me. I think she's a really good actress. I think she's going to nail this.
But here's what she said. She's going to take her own spin on the accent and do her.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said in an interview in so many words, right?
When
in a roundabout.
Play someone.
Well, there you go. To your point. Yeah.
She's going to have her own spin on someone that actually you can listen to their voice and you can mimic their voice and their accent.
So when I heard this is what I think, right? I'm already deflecting, right? Saying, like, I'm going to do my own accent because I don't know if I could do it good enough. That's just Jeff talking to Jeff. Like, so I'm just going to put an artistic spin on this and show people that's what I'm doing. But inside, I'm like, man, I'm so insecure. I'm not going to do this right, and I'm scared of it. That's what I see when I hear that.
Although she's such a thespian. She is someone.
Don't bring out big words. Just answer my question. You can't just be like, that's so aerodynamic. Just answer the question.
No, I'm disagreeing with you because I think Kristen Stewart really does take her craft seriously, and I think that she probably wants to put her own stamp on it, but when it comes to playing this iconic figure, you can't.
Yeah, I'm going to be Abe Lincoln. I'm not going to wear a beard. What are you talking about? You can't put your own spin on it.
Totally agree with you on this one, Jeff.
What is it with you and Abe Lincoln? You have brought up Abe Lincoln 3 times today.
You know what it is?
In three different respects.
I don't know where those big hats went. I think they should come back.
Top hats.
No, the big ones, though.
The
stove-top. Those things need to come back. And listen, I need to get a vest with one of those watches.
Oh, those are so cute.
Okay, they're the best.
Oh, God, they're so cute.
They're the best.
Oh, yeah, my husband
Why
wore
aren't
one
those
for
back
his
in
wedding.
style right now? That's what I worry about every day.
What year did you wake up in, Jeff?
Not this one. I put it behind me.
Yeah, really.
or in front of you.
Please start rocking that watch. That's cute. That's super cute.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, good. Amanda Gorman's star keeps getting brighter and brighter. It was announced today that the poet will be taking part in the Super Bowl pregame show next Sunday. It was just last week that the 22-year-old impressed everyone from Oprah to former President Obama with her inaugural poem. Earlier this week, Amanda also signed with IMG Models. The deal will expand her personal brand through endorsements and editorial opportunities. And her books, which haven't even been released, are #1 and 2 on Amazon's bestseller list. Erica, what do you think of her her sudden success? I mean, is it really that sudden considering?
No.
Thank you. Speak to it.
She is a Harvard grad. She has authored multiple books. She obviously was one of the youngest recipients in order to even be at the inauguration to speak. I mean, let's just think of the people who have done this in the past. Maya Angelou ring a bell. When I was watching this, I felt like I'm always going to remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when I saw Amanda Gorman, because there are so few moments in history where you are actually there to see someone's star physically rise in the moment. Oof. And that's how I felt when I was watching her. And the idea that poetry and the spoken word has been put in the forefront by this beautiful woman. It's just, I mean, it was just all the magic. It was all the magic, and I am so proud of her.
Yeah, I want to hear Tori's point of view, but really, I agree with you, Erica. And you might just watch TV and think people are blowing smoke. When that happened, I was like, wow. This woman, I say girl, she's 22, I'm so old. I'm like, this girl has talent. She did that flawlessly in front of all those people and didn't stumble one word. I can't even talk one sentence. That was amazing. And in the moment, I was like, this girl, I didn't even know the backstory. Her backstory's amazing. But that moment, really, it's one of those things when you're like, I could see this star rising.
Yeah. And the reason why I think her star is taking off is because she's put in the work, Tori. Because what is that saying, you know, if something about opportunity knocks, be ready.
Yeah.
That's
luck
good,
is when
Sam.
opportunity meets preparation.
Okay,
preparation.
so yes. Okay.
Yes.
When there's a window open, break it.
Tori, quickly.
Very quickly, I'll just say, I love that she wore yellow, that bright yellow, because she really was like a light and like a ray of sunshine. The second thing I'll say is Dr. Jill Biden found her and pushed for her to be that. I love that an educator found her when she spoke at the Library of Congress. I think that's a really cool backstory. And 3, she said specifically, Erica, that she used words because she felt the past 4 years have really violated words, and words are important and they matter, and she feels they've been stepped on. So that was actually quite important to her to use words like that. And before 2 years ago, she couldn't even say an R, one R, just like our current president. Major speech impediment, just a beautiful story, and that yellow will be in our minds forever.
Well, to add to that, Tori, also that poem was not complete 2 weeks before when what was happening, the insurrection. Wow. So the whole second half of that poem was about what some of us, a lot of us, most of us were thinking and feeling that day 2 weeks before. Yeah. So
just wait till we see what she accomplishes too. Oh, we think know. She's already
She wants to run for president. Ooh. She wants to run for president in 2036, and she says she's serious.
Not just serious, she is serious.
And, and nobody remembered yellow. I didn't remember what she was wearing.
Oh, I remember.
No, everyone does. No. Yes.
I remembered.
Listen to her speech. I wasn't like, did you see that pin? What do you call a nice pin?
No, Jeff, it was a visual
Did you see the cage bird ring from Oprah?
Yes. Yeah, from Oprah.
See how many women's minds are different?
Exactly.
I just appreciate the talent. You guys are like, did you see her nails?
All right.
Wow, that was sexist, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yes,
Tori. Yes. Tori, we will see you a little bit later in the show. Coming up on DBL, a teenage girl's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be after all this time? New clues in True Crime Chronicles.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. Rachel Cook went for a run when she vanished in broad daylight. This month marks 19 years and still no sign of the Texas teen. What really happened that day? Here's an update in True Crime Chronicles.
Rachel Cook was born and raised in Georgetown, Texas. There were two things the 19-year-old cared most about: her family and running. She was an accomplished cross-country runner.
She was just a light that shone so brightly.
After graduating high school, Rachel moved to San Diego for college. It was January 2002. Rachel was back home in Texas visiting her family over winter break. It was a normal morning. Her family went to work, and Rachel left to go on a 6-mile run in the neighborhood. She never made it back home that day.
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
Rachel vanished in broad daylight. Several people reported seeing her running that day.
We still get tips weekly on the Cook case. I'm the case agent, and I have 6 dedicated reserves that do nothing but Rachel Cook every single day.
Thousands of tips came in, but no evidence or big leads. Rachel's family even formed their own search groups.
I can't believe everybody, that many people showed up.
17 years passed, and finally, something. Police found a car in Dallas connected to several persons of interest, but it wasn't enough to crack the case. And then, in 2020,
new tips and now new sketches showing 2 persons of interest in the Rachel Cook case.
Police named these 2 men as prime suspects. They were both spotted in the area where Rachel was last seen, just 100 yards from her family home. A big break in the case, but investigators are still stuck.
We are now visiting this tree almost as long as she's been alive. So put that in perspective, it's unfathomable, It really is.
Rachel would have been 38 years old today.
She was good. She was good people. Very loving, very caring. And for somebody to take that from this community, it's not right. It's not right. And at this point, I just want closure.
Earlier, Al and I spoke with a reporter who shared new updates in this case. Take a look. We are joined by senior reporter Tony Plohetsky from KVUE in Austin, Texas. Tony, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Police just announced they are pursuing a new person of interest. Who is this suspect, and how did he just now come to light?
On the anniversary of Rachel Cook's disappearance, authorities did release new information about someone else they are now trying to track down. They did not release a name. I think it is clear they don't have a name at this point, but they did release a brief description about the person. And essentially what they said is that they believe that he was an acquaintance of Rachel Cook. They believe that he traveled to cities throughout the state, possibly involved in the horsing or cattle industry here in the state, which of course is a major industry. And at the same time, according to what authorities did release, they do believe that he may have had intricate knowledge of Rachel Cook's disappearance and of the crime itself, and may have shared that information with other people in this region.
There are a lot of theories out there that it could have been Rachel's father or boyfriend at the time involved. Is there any truth to those claims?
Not really is the short answer to that. A lot of these, in a lot of cases, in a lot of instances like this, of course, we all know that different theories can emerge over the years, send investigators in one direction or another. There have been, not unlike a lot of other cases that remain unsolved like this, a lot of conspiracy theories that seem to emerge over time. But so far, nothing really has stuck, and certainly nothing that has led to an arrest or indictment or charges or conviction of anyone in this case.
And Tony, I can't imagine what her family is going through. And we all want closure for them. It's been almost 2 decades. How is her family handling everything, and what do they make of the new leads?
Her mother does remain a very outspoken advocate for her daughter, using the anniversary of her death, her birthday, to try to continue to bring public awareness to this case, again, hoping that it could trigger some sort of new information. But the last time I talked to her, what she also told me is just how difficult it has been through the years to ride a roller coaster of emotion, trying to remain hopeful, becoming hopeful with these new facts that seem to come out, and yet not getting too hopeful because over the years she's had that hope and then seen it really wither away when these new possible leads did not really go anywhere.
A parent's worst nightmare, absolutely. And I just thank you, Tony, for bringing this story to light, because if we can help solve it, the viewers, everybody, please, to learn more about this case, visit kvue.com. Tony, we appreciate you as always.
Tony.
Great to see you. We'll be right back.
We all know that.
Welcome back to DBL. There's been a lot of new trends catching on during the pandemic. And did you know that straightening your teeth is one of them? So we're going to chat about it. Oh, yeah, listen to that music. Okay, on DBL's Smile Bright, presented by Smile Direct Club. So several dental offices have reported an increase in adults wanting to work on their teeth, whether it's straightening or whitening, maybe all of the long Zoom calls, virtual meetings, maybe those are to blame. According to the American Dental Association, 7 in 10 Americans are self-conscious about their teeth, and 50% try to smile with their mouth closed. When it comes to your teeth, Smile Direct Club offers affordable and convenient dental care, from aligners to teeth whitening and more. So go ahead and visit SmileDirectClub.com to learn more. Erica, what do you think about this?
I understand that people want to do things to their teeth. I am 20 years into doing things to my teeth because I was told that I would never be able to eat steak past 21, but...
What do you mean?
Few investments. I just have naturally not strong teeth.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I have like a cavity and root canal in like every tooth. I'm over it.
Yeah, all of my teeth up here are fake.
Yep. I'm right.
So, yeah.
I don't have fake teeth yet, but I will eventually have to, considering that my teeth are not good either.
Yeah.
You have a story about your teeth.
No, go to Tori. She's been making sounds the whole time.
Okay, Tori, tell us.
We're waiting on you, Tori.
Good one, Tori.
I'm so sorry, but I'm fascinated by weak teeth and the fake teeth.
Well, I have a 3-crown, like I have a bridge, like 4-crown bridge, so that I can chew steak. I'm just saying.
Tori, you lost your moment.
I know. Boo.
You were like, oh, yeah.
And then we give you the floor.
I hate.
And she freezes.
You froze.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh my God.
And now I eat steak.
Right back.
I hate working from home.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
It's important to get the facts right on COVID-19 and vaccines, and that's why we verify and do it with transparency. So what are we verifying? Well, claims that a new bill was passed that lets kids in the US get vaccinated without their parents' consent. So why are we verifying this? Well, multiple articles have made this claim and have been circulating for months now, and the claims are still being shared on social media. Many posts say that this bill is trying to remove parents' rights to make medical decisions for their kids. Our main source to find out if this is true is the Council of the District of Columbia. That's DC's local legislative body. So these claims take a nugget of truth and then build a bunch of false information around it to make a larger false claim. Let's start with what is true. In December, DC council members passed this bill into local ordinance. Basically, it permits a minor to consent to receive a vaccine even if they don't have parental consent, but with specific parameters. But that's not what these claims say. They claim a new bill was passed that lets kids in the entire US get vaccinated without their parents' consent, and that's false. This bill only affects some children in the Washington, D.C. area. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Tomorrow, live on DBL, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp. From reality TV drama to health and fitness tips we could all use in the new year. She's sharing what she knows. That's tomorrow, right here on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so I'm supposed to check my personal email. Sorry, Arash, our producer, but I do not get service. So let me see.
Just be quiet for a while.
Okay, can we just exhale? Can we just all take a group? Kumbaya, exhale.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I meditated this morning just for that reason.
Yeah.
Man,
thank you, Tori.
It's good TV.
How long do we have to go 20 seconds?
Just embrace
coloring.
it.
Look, Sam, I did a dachshund.
A dachshund. I love me. So what is that, coloring, or is that you doing crochet?
Yeah, I'm coloring.
We're the only 4 people watching this.
It's coloring, and it's different, just different dachshunds.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
Thank you.